All right. All right. Let's try this again. Okay. So, we're gonna like this. My sewing stuff back there is a mess because two people share the sewing space. Well, now they do anyways. My roommate told me yesterday before she left, she went to Georgia for work. Told me before I left, no, don't get too into sewing. Because, she's been the main sewer for so long, that we only have one sewing machine and one serger. So it's like, I can't get too into sewing because then we have to go buy a second machine. But I'm trying to like nudge my mom in the butt, for my birthday to get me my own sewing machine. Because, oh my god, that was a lot of cinnamon. Oh my god, that was so gritty. Oh god, that's a no-no texture. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. I almost need to take a break. Holy crap. Okay. I'm okay. It's okay. We're good. I have a texture issue. A very big texture issue. Ew. Okay. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna turn on some music. Oh, I didn't need to go home. I was already on YouTube. I just need to hit back. Find something that's copyright free. Okay. It's too loud in my brain to like function without background noise. But I don't like anyone being here when I record because I feel like I look stupid talking to myself, because in reality I really feel stupid because all I do is just talk to myself. You're just a camera. Well, you're not just a camera. You're real people, but you know what I mean? My roommate left today and Olivia is sad. Oh, doody bop, doody bop, doody bop. Don't lick my ear. Don't lick my ear. This is Olivia. This is my niece. Okay. Belly belly pat, belly 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 pat, belly 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 pat, belly 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 pat. Oh, pff. What you doing, like, headbutting, bro? Like, come on. Alright. Let's get back to it. Oh, hang on. Well, I'm gonna show you before I show TikTok. Because this is gonna be like a multi-day thing, because I'm gonna work on this mock-up a couple of times to perfect my stitching and everything, and then I'm gonna practice my mock-up with the serger. But this, I love this color. They had this one, and then they had a more green one, and oh my god, like if it wasn't $50 a yard, but that's why I might go back, because technically $25 a yard because it's all on sale. So I'm like, I don't really know, because it's like I have access to something. I have access to one of my credit cards, and I'm not a good credit card user. And I have access to an unlocked credit card, and I'm like, oh, I can go to the store and I can really buy it. But I'm trying to make good financial decisions because I am now an adult, and I don't have to rely on my mom, who I would give my whole paycheck to. I have to do this on my own, and that's like a really big growth point for me, like trauma. But beside the point, stoner thoughts. Anyways, this blue, this silk, this is like 100% silk. I have never stitched with silk. I have never even touched silk, except for a handkerchief. But this silky, minty, tealy blue, it looks more blue on camera, but it's more green in real life. So it's more like a teal-ish, but it doesn't look like it corresponds on camera very well. But I found this cream pattern that I'm going to overlay. I feel like I've recorded this before somewhere, but I'm not sure. But it might have also been on the FaceTime with my mom earlier. It's gonna be this, like, let me do this. I'm gonna pin it really fast. Olivia, leave that box alone. Stop it. I woke her up and I got her riled up. So now she's all up in my business. That's my own fault. Gotta deal with the consequences of my actions. Honey, not right now. Okay? Not right now. It hasn't even been... No, it hasn't even been that long. Okay. Ah, fudge nuggets. It's gonna be French themed. Which I also don't know how to French theme. So I have to research how to do that, because this pattern requires a French theme. Which, oh my god, this is... Like I said, this is... I got high one night and I was like, I should start recording my crafting. So, I'm a gamer as well, but I don't dedicate a lot of time to gaming anymore. I do, but it's... I don't know. It's... I play it occasionally, and I have another TikTok. But I made this one because I feel like I need a new perspective, because yeah, I'm a gamer, but I'm growing into somebody that's making my own things now. And I want to share that journey because I want to show people that that no matter how old you are, you can learn a new skill. Like, they say that learning new skills or learning new languages is done when you're very little, and it's almost impossible for adults to, I don't know, maybe it ain't, maybe you've heard it, not heard it's impossible, but I've had people tell me it's impossible to do just what you put your mind to. And I want to show people that no matter who you are, what disabilities you have, what ailments, I want to show you through the reality of who I am, what I have wrong, things that can never be changed, and things that have no answers. I want to be a pillar that somebody can look to. Well, not look to. See? Things come out of my head wrong. Like, they come through my brain and they come out my mouth wrong, and it gets me in trouble a lot. Like, because the time it takes for my brain to process a thought is just too long. I am a late diagnosis autistic adult. I was diagnosed. I'd always joked about it because people wouldn't look at me any different. I've tried so hard just to fit in that, oh, that's gonna be so pretty. Look at this. I'm just rambling at this point, but thankfully this is just gonna be on YouTube. Like, if anyone want to watch this, they can watch it. It's just behind the scenes of the TikToks and, me. That finally gave me answers to what I thought was wrong with me. I have for the longest time felt I was different, that something was wrong. My mom chalked it up to me being a hypochondriac. Now, granted, very well could have been. But for the longest time, I had no answers for my way of thought, for how I process things. I'm 90% sure that the reason I had the friends I did was because I was trying so hard to fit in. And it wasn't until I got my diagnosis that I've been striving to work on my own individuality. And I want to show people that you can accomplish whatever adversities you have, no matter what things define you. They don't define you, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I just can't formulate the words. And these are like high thoughts, and I feel like I reiterated that. And I reiterate things a lot. I have like a jukebox in my head. The other day, we were driving and my boyfriend commented on a car. It was a Scion with a miscolored door, and it was like a drastic miscoloration. It was like a light blue to a dark purple, like horrible. And all I could think of was Trains, 50 Ways to Say Goodbye. Got run over by a crappy purple Scion. I haven't heard that song in 12 years. I'm almost 26 years old. You do the math. I don't know what that math's out to. I was trying to do the math in my head. I don't know how old I was. But just randomly, okay? People can describe something to me and I can name it. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. They're like, they go, I don't know what this is, or I don't know what the name of this is, like, and I was like, describe it to me, and they're like, blah, 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 and I can name it. How the fuck do I know that information? What, like, my dad used to call me Cheyenne the Encyclopedia. Because, here, ready? You wanna know a fact I learned in, like, 5th grade? You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat 5 miles underwater. Like, whether that's, you have to go, you can hear it for up to 5 miles down, or you have to be at 5 miles away from it. I don't know any more than that. Why? Like, I have so many skills, okay? I have learned to do everything you can think of. I can build a house. I can cook a 4-course meal. I can hunt, skin, and gut, and trigger warning for if anybody finds that, like, if finds anyone upsetting. But that's not who I am. I just know how to. Okay? I can hand sew. I can somewhat embroider. Okay? Paint. I know how to, well, not really paint, but I know how to paint. Do my drawings look good? No. I have horrible drawings. This isn't even pattern related. What the fuck? I don't know. I babble so bad. This is why I don't get anything done. Because it's literally just me talking to myself. And of course, I get distracted by myself because all I can think about is what's going on in my fucking brain. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, let me put this in the corner and weigh it down. Let me... And then what makes this so difficult is that I have to measure my own body, and I have body dysmorphia, and I struggle with it because, like, and of course I'm very knowledgeable about the things I suffer from. I do suffer from them, but like, I've learned ways to cope as an adult, or learn to cope with the things I've dealt with, like not having my parents understand when I can't eat certain foods. I would tell them I can't eat them, I don't want to eat them, and they would force me to because they didn't understand. And I want, to be able to show older folks, or the older generation, that we can learn to do things. When we put our minds to it, but to show that people with disabilities can still achieve it. And I guess that's another thing. I don't know what I want to do with my life. Now that I've learned the things I deal with, the things that I have fought my whole life to understand truly means something. And to understand that there's all of these resources that we have, they suck. Like I can't learn of anything that explains adult autism. And it baffles me of how little research we truly have about the different types of autism. They can't tell me which one. They can't tell me really anything about mine. And I went into, and I say this because I went in to have my ADHD testing redone, because I haven't had ADHD testing since I was like 5. Okay. So I was just going in to get a re-diagnosis of that, because I have ADHD 100%. Okay, this video is fucking proof. How many conversations have I talked? How many different things have I talked about in 21 minutes? And I speak super fucking fast. Okay? Too obvious signs. My brain runs 1,000,000 miles a minute. And if there ain't background noise out here, there's background music in my head. But yeah, it's learning to understand myself is difficult because of how little resources are made known. And I want to be somebody that can be that resource, that I can find these resources and help share them with people so that they don't suffer alone. Like they don't suffer, that they have those answers. And sidetracked, trying to put my pattern together. I just don't understand why we don't have the resources that were needed. Because they told me, and then they were like, do you have any questions? And I was like, not that I can think of. Until like 3 days later, that I was like, well, how do I, cope with this? And I think I'm coping very well, despite the fact that I'm terrified that people are gonna think that I'm making it up, that I just, to get that and have somebody tell me that when I wouldn't even think it is, and mind you, this wasn't just like, oh, I went to somebody and was like, oh yeah, I feel like I suffer from autism. No, this was a 4-hour appointment. I was there doing nothing but testing. Okay, they tested my reflexes, they tested my coordination, they tested my my problem solving. They read stories, and I had to do memory recall. Like, it was, I'm still fighting over that with my insurance. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's like, how do you learn to accept it? That, I don't know, I don't know how people feel, and I want to find a community that helps me understand. Just because I don't know what resources we have. I am part of my company's business resource group, and it is all about accessibility, about how our company can help and grow a community. So I'm going to finally find the resources that different states, because my chapter of the group is, because there's global chapters and regionals, okay, they cover, typically I cover 9 to 11 states on looking for resources and events and all of these things. They're not required. Once I find them, if they're not my company's, I'm sharing it here, because you can find this anywhere, but like local events, like, oh, an announcement to maybe, I don't know, say people in Pennsylvania. I'm trying to think of a state that like isn't in my thing, because I don't know how my company feels about me saying this stuff. Okay, it's not that I have a NDA, but let's say like Pennsylvania, we would do research weeks for Pennsylvania on what events are going on, what local resources there are, whether they take your insurance or not, how much it would be out of pocket, just and then educational things. Like, it would have been so helpful if there had been any resources for my mom, because they just told her I was ADHD and bipolar. I'm not even bipolar. Wow. They strongly lean to get away from bipolar and more towards borderline personality disorder, which I don't really understand that either, but I have 3 doctors that all agree that it's BPD, which I also have to learn to understand that, because what? I want to show that people can be affected by multiple things and still be successful in their life and be successful in the things they want to achieve. And pretty much this whole video is just like, this whole segment of the video is just gonna be me like saying what this channel is gonna be about. It also helps because I partner with I work with a company outside of work that does events. So it's like, this year we just had our Rewind Book Fair. We were the ones that were running it. We had all these authors come in, all of these vendors come in, and just, it was a couple of days to come in and walk and see what new authors there are, what vendors have. We even had puppies and kittens. But we also run princess events where we invite children in to play with their favorite princesses. We have specific sets. We had Anna and Elsa one day, then we had Moana and Ariel, and then we have our gala. There is not a gala anywhere near the Twin Cities. We are, if you look at Barnes & Noble, which is in the mall, it's huge. We have several, our book talk population is so large. And our fantasy section, our fantasy talk is so large. We have such a large standing in Minneapolis. So we, for the last 2 years, we had one last year. It was a hit. We are fixing the things that people didn't like. We are including the things that people asked for. We send out a survey after every Fables and Flames fantasy gala. We ask your opinions, your true opinions, what you didn't like, what you hated, what you want to look forward to next year. So this year, we're trying all new things. We are working really hard to build this up to a multi-year level event, to have a convention where you can go and you can visit your favorite authors, find new romantasy books, new fantasy books. We have sports romance most times. We have a room that you can sit and play with puppies and kittens. They are all adoptable. We work with local Minnesotan rescues. They're all independently owned. They are not big corporations. They are literally locally run shelters, or shelters run out of their own home. We partner with so many vendors and so many authors. And see, this is the ADHD working. I don't take meds for my ADHD. I've learned to handle it because I've never been able to afford my ADHD to get on ADHD medication. Because my parents didn't believe I was ADHD. But they said I was they were like, oh, I know you're ADHD, but they wouldn't take me to get medicated for it. Beside the point, back to Fables and Flames. I will be doing books, blind date with the books. To give out to winners of Fables and Flames contests. They will be the authors that are attending the gala and attending the convention, because it's a romantasy convention. It's 3 days of going to meet authors. There's high tea. There's even a burlesque. No, I don't know if we have that this year. I believe it's cocktail hour with the authors, and you have a tea party. Then we had ballroom dancing last year. We just have so many things to show, and I'm trying to show you as a small creator that we are real people. We are grinding, and we are trying to make this the best event you want to go to make memories. I am going to be working on building a book wall, and I want you guys to be there with me to show you that this is handmade. This is blood, sweat, and tears put into these events to show that we are doing this for you guys, because we know what lacks here, and be able to build this community to where we can meet regularly. We can have book fairs. It's just a lot of things. I have their website, our website, our website, in my LinkedIn, or my link tree. You can get the tickets there and more explanation about who we are, what we do to how we're bringing things known. This year, we're working with a Minnesota autism team. I don't remember the full name off the top of my head. I would have to get on the computer and then I'd get distracted. But we're working with a local company for autism support. And that is so huge. That's something that's so huge. It's great. And I can't figure out how to show Fables and Flames as who we are. And it's just, head over to Fables and Flames. It's got a TikTok. I run all of our social media. Or I'm going to be running all of our social media. But I want to show you, as a small creator and as a business partner, well, not really a partner, I work with the owner of the company, and it's called Adventure Awaits. She runs a lot, she has a lot of events. But this event, me, my roommate, our friend who lives out of the country, we work tooth and nail to build this to be something that people can enjoy and talk about. That's why I've started this channel. I want to show you that somebody who has never sewn a day in her life, I want to show you how I build my costume for the gala. Because I think it would be great for people to see also who we are, who I am, and what this event entails. It's like I give you little secrets, you know, we'll have giveaways. Like, we have different levels, we have individual days, and we have individual gala tickets. So if you just want to come to the gala, you can. You don't have to come to the convention. It's not like you have to buy one and you can't get the other. You can just buy a gala ticket. We'll have drinks, snacks, finger foods with tongs to be used. So please don't grab any of that. But this is a very small business that we run. This is a very small event we run. Well, it's not a small event. Like, it's a huge event. Like, rephrase that. It's our main event that we strive every year. We're including new things. We're trying to incorporate new things. And I can't wait for you guys to see how we grow. And show you that we grow with you. We change and we listen to you. And we help find the resources you need. The friends you make. The people you'd never meet on the street because everybody's so disconnected. We're trying to find a way to connect and have that family outside. So that's the end of that spiel. We're gonna get back to the pattern. But that's what I wanted to say, because having that community, that pillar, and everything that's scared, or is that Cupid. Chiropractic Cupid. But having those friends, basically what I want is, I want to build friends. I don't have a friend that's lasted my lifetime. I don't have a friend from childhood. I have friends from childhood, but I'm not in contact with them. I haven't been for years. It's like I've been so far disconnected from everybody that I don't understand. And trying to find people that, because most of the reason I don't have friends is because of who I am. I have very many surface level friends. Or I did. I don't talk to them anymore. I haven't seen them in years. Interacted with, nothing. All because one day I felt like they weren't truly my friend. Like, maybe they were my friend out of pity. A lot of negative thoughts came about, and I would pull away. But then, once I pulled away, there was nothing they did. People didn't reach out. People didn't care. Because I wasn't their friend. I was just somebody that they knew. And I want to find people that are like, bro, why have we not talked? Like, you haven't sent me a reel. I have 4 people, including my sisters and my mom and my boyfriend, that I send reels to, that I talk to. I don't have any other friends. I have followers, and well, not now, not on this account, on my main account. I have a lot of followers, but nobody I talk to. I've tried to make friends, outside friends, people that will drag me out of my house and go, we're doing this, because it's too loud in my brain to go outside and think about things to do. I am constantly battling negative thoughts, negative emotions, feelings I can't understand, feelings I can't describe, and then all of my traumas. And trying to learn to navigate all of that. I'm a very quiet person. I'm also somebody that in groups, if I'm questioned, if I'm thrown so many questions at once, I get overwhelmed and I shut down. And it makes people think I'm mad at them. And I need someone to understand, just because I have such an RBF. Okay? Okay, let me look this way. So I can fully relax and not look at the camera and it make it look like, okay. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see what face I'm making. But if I don't smile, this is what my face looks like. Okay? And then when I'm silent, because I'm trying to process my thoughts and like filter them through all of the like walls in my brain, like the offices, and be understood. And then I lost my train of thought. Back to the pattern. And then of course I lose all my shit. So all of my things have a little tag. Everything. But I'm not really gonna edit any of this stuff out because I need to show the reality. I want you guys to see the full persona, not some online one that's clipped out. And I want to show you the real thought processes behind my stoner videos. Like, oh my god, my mouth is so dry. I have another thing. I have very bad copycat syndrome. Or maybe it's conformity. I have a problem with individuality. There we go. Because I've learned that I tend to hop on the train of things that people like. But I say, there's a couple things. I say that me and my roommate, we love red cap mushrooms because any gift you want to get, strawberries or red cap mushrooms, not real ones. Please do not send, if you decide you want to send me a gift or something, like, you can. I'm not gonna sit here and go, please send me stuff. Like, I'm open to, even if you want to be pen pals, like, just shoot them my way. But you will have to pass a couple of questions and like make sure you're not, you know, I'm not just gonna give out my address willy-nilly. I'm anyways, and do that. You know, you want me to make you something? Shoot, send me, email me. My email is on my Facebook. And my Facebook is Maymay's Garden. So, have fun with that. I don't have anything posted. This will be my first post.